Good morning guys, dobro jutro. Well, what can I tell you? It is now Saturday and myself and Slash are having a couple of days off from working at the house, and I've decided to come down to Sunny Beach, grab a bit of lunch and meet up with our friends later on. But right now I think it's a good idea that I kind of show you a little bit about how things work so late in the season. So the hotels here on the main strip are starting to close up, and pretty much all the main tourist areas do start to close up by end of September, coming into early October. It's expected, but if you walk literally 10 minutes away from the strip, and you cross over Nesbar Road and you look where the Janet supermarket is and the Diamond Hotel, behind there's still lots of places that are open, and even further down, all the way the full length of the resort, there are places that are open all year round. So I'm currently heading to see which of our cheap restaurants, barbecue places, Chinese, whatever I want, see who's still open and give you an idea on the prices, because as soon as you step back from the main area it becomes very cheap. And I'm telling people constantly on Facebook that we can eat as a family of 4, we can get a table full of food for 30 lever. People in the tourist areas are paying 30 lever for an individual meal, and we're feeding the whole family for the same price. And it's because we eat where the Bulgarians eat. It's that simple. So guys, 100% one of our favourite places to come to is Shrek Barbecue. It's split between 2 different sides. You've got your meat on this side, which is all barbecue meat, chips, salads, and then if you go across the way you've got the fish bar. We can get fish and everything else. It's a beautiful little place to sit in, and this is where we can fill a table full of food for 30 lever. So I've just ordered my meal. It's going to come to a grand total of 9 lev something, so nearly £4. Yeah, cheap as chips, great food, absolutely love the place. Hi guys, so another option for food is a little bit further down in the resort than where I was before. I'm heading towards the Nesbar end now, and there is a supermarket called Malados. If you find that, then across the road you have got Valencia. Now Valencia is a fantastic restaurant, does fantastic Bulgarian food. It's kind of like canteen style. You walk along, choose what you want, and pay at the till at the end. It's great for soup, great for salads. It's just all kinds of Bulgarian dishes, fantastic in there. Definitely worth a look. So if you're in Sunny Beach and you want to do things a little bit cheaper and you don't want to eat on the main strip or Flower Street because it's very expensive there, like I said, just make your way back a couple of roads, check out on Google Maps, look up Valencia, and great place to eat. Directly across the road from Valencia you then have Serbian Grill. Now Serbian Grill, much like Shrek Barbecue where I ate at earlier, fantastic food, barbecued meat, salads, chips, whatever you want. But again, fantastic prices, lots of Bulgarians eat here, another one of my favourite places. So if you want somewhere cheap, you've got 2 choices there right across the road from each other, and you can't really go wrong. Well, good morning, dobro jutro. Monday morning, so a week after I arrived, and as you can see behind me, nothing's happened over weekend. We've had a weekend off, so I didn't do any filming yesterday because yeah, got a lot going on at the moment. But I had a nice visit to Kamenar to see Hagen and Josephine and the kids, which was pleasant, for the little one's birthday. So yeah, it's been a nice weekend, but yeah, got a lot of things going on at the moment. So yeah, so today's going to be a little bit more difficult in respect of we have the sun back. So last week we had quite a bit of cloud, it was much cooler and we could crack on with the work. This week we're going to have about mid-20s to 30 degrees all week, which means the sun cream's going to come out for me. The sun is in my eyes right now filming this, but yeah, we're now digging out the last little bit of trench, taking down the concrete post at the end, and then it's all about rebuilding. Then it's about yeah, rebuilding, making a level for the concrete to go in, doing a concrete pour, and getting the first foundation level in. So we're getting there. It's taking time, but we're getting there. We're not far off now. Once the concrete's in, I think we're having two pours of concrete. I think the first pour's a foundation level, and then the second pour's just making it like a little step up to where the fencing's going to be. Originally we were going to get in a big cement mixer and just have it poured straight in, but I think Slash has other ideas, so we'll wait and see what happens. So the theme of the day is repurposing. So all the fence posts that we took out from our driveway when we removed all the chain link fencing, I stored behind the house, and I'm glad I did keep them, because now they're going in the bottom of the foundations. Now these are great because yes, they're concrete posts, but they have rebar through the centre of them, so it's going to strengthen the concrete, and we've got enough to do the full length of the front. And the next bit of repurposing is the original wrought iron fencing that went along the top, and the wrought iron gates are going to be cut up for even more support for the concrete. So we're going to cut them into sections, lay them in across the whole length of the area we're going to put the concrete in, and hopefully we'll end up with a good, strong, secure foundation. So I've got a feeling, even though the work is less labour intensive this week, it's going to be better for us because it's red hot today, absolutely baking hot. So we've already had a beer break this morning, and it's getting to lunchtime, so it's time for another beer, and it's time to grab something to eat. So I'm just off to the local shop. So, just to let you know where we're up to. So yeah, Slash's idea looking well, using the old wrought iron fencing to be the support for the concrete, make it stronger. Fantastic. But we have another problem. So there's a tree that's right on our boundary line next door and our front boundary, and the roots were growing into the wall, which was also pushing the wall. So we've been looking at ideas of what to do. Now it's very difficult to dig up a big tree like this, so Flash came up with the idea of, he said the best way to kill it is to use diesel. So we've already used diesel on the stump for the fig tree. So I said, well, shall we chop this tree down first? He said no. He said, I'll just cut back the roots and we'll drill holes and we'll put diesel in. And then we've had other friends that have said using copper wire. So I've been and scavenged around and found some old copper wire, and I'm now using the copper wire, and I'm stripping it back, and I'm basically filling the holes that we've drilled with copper. And then once they fill with copper, I will put some diesel on there as well, and hopefully it'll kill the tree back, and eventually I'll have to cut it down for firewood. But yeah, I've never used copper to kill a tree before, first time for everything, but that's what we're doing. Hi guys, so last summer I brought over a Parkside chain sharpener for the chainsaw, because I tried so many times to sharpen it by hand and it always got a little bit sharper but never sharp enough to last very long. So I invested in one of these little bits of kit, and now the following, well, it's not really summer anymore, the following autumn, as we're coming into autumn now over here, I'm now using the chain sharpener to prepare the chain for cutting down a tree and potentially chopping up all of our firewood. Now I'm not sure what's going to happen this winter, whether we're going to be here as a family, whether it's just going to be me, but I'm sure I'm going to be over in the winter months at some stage, so I'm going to need some firewood ready to go. So this is the only way, sharpen up the chain. So I'm going to crack on and see what happens. Well, good morning guys, dobro jutro. It's Tuesday morning, around 8 AM. The sun is absolutely blaring, and we've done it guys, 1,000 subscribers, found out this morning. So thank you to all those that subscribe, whether you've been subscribing from the very beginning or you've just joined me. Please stick around, lots more videos to come. And as you know, in Bulgaria, things are unexpected. You never know what's going to happen around the corner. So enjoy the video. Well guys, it's going to be the start of a long day. We've had the cement mixer dropped off this morning and a pallet full of ready mixed concrete. So it's just a case of open the bag, fill it in, add water and pour. We're just making some stakes to get the level and then take it from there. Hard work, but somebody's got to do it. So like every other day, it gets to about 10, half 10. Bearing in mind we usually start work 8 o'clock-ish, and Slash needs a beer. Don't blame him, it's really hot and it's yeah, it's hard work. So we've currently got the first load of concrete in the mixer. We've set a load more steel in place for support. So now, yeah, it's the big job, mixing and pouring all day. So I'm going to nip to the shop, get a couple of cold beers. I'm still on coffee because I need to wake up. I'm not feeling it this morning, to be honest, not feeling too great. But yeah, we'll crack on and see how it goes. Hi guys, welcome to that time of day again where we've finished another day's work, and unfortunately we have messed up. So Slash is great at the practical things, but I think the concrete required was underestimated. So we now have half the bottom footing in and another half to go. So yeah, we had hoped to get all this in one day, but we just didn't order enough. And in hindsight, I wish I'd just gone with a pour, because that was the original plan, but instead he's borrowed a friend's cement mixer and we've tried to do it ourselves. Yeah, not the best move, big mistake really, but we'll get it done, we'll get it finished. It takes us an extra day, we'll just get it finished, give it a couple of days to dry, and then hopefully it'll be a little bit easier on the final bit, which is a much smaller step up to support the fence. So yes, we're getting there. Yes, it's taking a bit longer than normal, and yes, I probably going to end up with double the cost for these foundations, but what can I do? I just get on with it now, get it done. Catch you later. Do skoro. Dobro jutro. So we're on a Wednesday morning, and yeah, still got a lot of concreting to go. So we've got another delivery of pre-mixed baton concrete turning up. When we get the baton, we can just hopefully finish off the last stretch here, and then it's going to be a case of trying to find a way of making some boarding to do the second step up before the fencing. Yeah, turned into a much bigger job than I thought. A little bit disappointed, but not a lot I can do. We've just got to crack on and get it done. End of day 2 of the concreting the first layer of foundations, and that was the last barrel load going in. So yeah, let's see what tomorrow brings. Well guys, it is now Thursday morning, and Slash has just arrived a little bit late today. He's had things to do this morning, and we've had a little bit of a debate about how to move forward with this, because we know what we want to do. We know that we've now got our base layer of our foundations in, all concreted in, which has been quite expensive, more expensive than it should have been really. And the next step is to make the concrete wall bit, so it's just a narrower section that's going to sit on there, maybe 5 inches wide. It's like a little step up, a little wall, which our posts and our fence is then going to be bolted onto, and it'll give me the height that I need, and yeah, it'll be a little bit of a barrier that we can backfill up to. So the idea's right, the principles are right. The problem we've got in Bulgaria at the moment is the cost of materials is now through the roof. So to do this step up, we need to buy these sheets of wood. Now, I asked him, yeah, no problem, we need sheets of wood, we'll get the sheets of wood, we can cut them in half to make the size that we need. Perfect. But then he informs me that we need 12 of them, and they're going to cost 38 leather each, and they're basically there just to create the mould, if you like, just to create the sides to fill in with the concrete. Now at 30 leather each for 12, that potentially, yes, I might be able to reuse them in a future date. Might not, they might just go to waste, I don't know, but it's a hell of a lot of money, and it's all starting to mount up very quickly and go way over the budget that I anticipated. So as a compromise, in my mind, my logic is, well, let's just buy half the amount we need, and let's do one half one day, let it sat overnight, and then remove all the boards, move along, set the next half up. To me, that makes sense. Now, in Slash's mind, it doesn't. He just wanted to do the whole lot, the whole 25 metres, all in wood, pour it in, leave it, it's done. But in some ways, I can see that it would work out better for me, and potentially better for him really. If we did it the way I want to do it, I'd rather pay him an extra day to be here, an extra day of work, rather than pay a hell of a lot more just for a lot more wood that is, like I said, just there as a mould for the concrete. So yeah, difficult one. But we're not quite there yet anyway, so we've got today to work it out, to decide what we're going to do, to get some prices for the wood, like finalised, and make a decision. In the meantime, I found a load of the old angle iron, which, if you remember, we took this down from the trestle for the grapevines. This was all at the back end of the driveway, and I took all this out, just cut it all out, took it down, so we didn't need it. And now it's going to come in as some support for the, or some strengthening for the concrete. So we're just going to get some wire to enable us to attach this however he decides he wants it attaching. It's going to be attached to the rods coming up from the ground, and it's just going to give some extra strength to our concrete support for the fence. So yes, it's now 2 weeks, or almost the end of 2 weeks in, and I'm absolutely shattered. It's been a lot of hard work. I had a nice visit last night. I had Russ, my mate Russ came up from Sunny Beach, caught the bus up, and we had a little walk through town. Went down to the Gypsy Bar at the end of the village, and had a couple of drinks in there. Had a drink at the middle shop, spoken to one of my friends that I've not seen for a while, Swedish Pete, lovely chap, he lives in our village. And yeah, it was a pleasant evening, but it's all catching up with me now, the aches and the pains, and yeah, it's starting to become a bit much. So bear this in mind, guys. Yes, take on projects in Bulgaria, but remember, if you're going to buy something that needs a big renovation, it's going to be a lot of time, it's going to be a lot of effort, and it's going to be a lot of money to complete those renovations. What I think I'll do at the end of this task, you know, which was unexpected, it came out of the blue, it's an emergency visit to fix it. At the end of this task, I'll show you what we've done, and I will run through the costings, everything down from labour all the way through to the nuts and bolts and every bits and bobs that we've needed for it. I'll do a costings just to show you that it's actually potentially probably more expensive than some of the building materials in the UK. But at least the beer's cheap. Catch you later. Go Scuttle. Well guys, we've been and picked up the timber, which meant going down to a place that Slash's friend works at, and that was down near Nesba, just behind the Grand Janet. So we went down there and we've managed to get the wood we need. Very expensive at the moment, but like I said, I will go through that. So we've got the boards and we've got the rough cut timber to make the form, which is all that's going to do is hold the concrete in position and make a nice clean tidy finish for us. Yeah, so it's been up to now, it's been an interesting day. Really nice guy that runs the place, and also dropped us off with the delivery, which was quite nice, so it meant we didn't have to worry about getting back. Massive thank you to Mark again, a friend of mine, expat over here. You're an absolute legend, mate. You came through and dropped us off down there and managed to get your shopping in at the same time. Well done. So yeah, so now we're just going to get on with this, and hopefully within the next couple of days we'll be in a position where we're ready to put some fencing up. Well guys, it looks like it's coming together now. A lot of timber. Getting these boards in, try and make it as level as we can at the top. It's not going to be perfectly level because we've got to be mindful of the fact that the pavement isn't level. We are on a slight slope, but it's near enough, and it's coming together nicely. So the plan is a little bit different than what I said yesterday. So yesterday we were going to do this on both sides and yeah, make like a little wall, and then when we have the wall we're just going to backfill up to it. But since we've decided that it would actually be better if we just concrete the whole lot back to the ground, back to the dirt, try and make it as strong as possible. Again, not cheapest way, but make it as strong as possible, especially even more so where the house is, to support the foundations of the house. We're getting there.
What are you doing?
Working too hard.
Bulgarian version?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning guys, dobro jutro. It is a Saturday morning, which means a day off working on the garden fence. So I'm currently just walking down for the bus and heading down to Sunny Beach and then on to Sunny Day 5 for a barbecue. Now we're coming towards the end of September now, which means that everywhere's having the end of season parties, and this is the end of season party for my friends. Yeah, so it should be a nice event. A little bit sad because we're obviously celebrating the end of summer really, even though the weather's still glorious. I think we've got some rain coming early next week, but it's supposed to be nice after that. So yeah, end of season party today. Catch you later guys. Do skoro.